Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Capricorn December 16, 2022. Today's transits could play with your expectations and motivation levels, but it's temporary and may even lead to a new source of inspiration. In the meantime, it's best to avoid making any commitments that you might later regret, and instead, give yourself or a matter some time and space. If others are overstepping, you can begin feeling quite self-protective, or you may question someone's feelings for you. Either way, there is a general air of confusion, and the atmosphere is ripe for misunderstandings. Energy and confidence tend to lift very high and then dip, much like a sugar high. As such, be moderate with promises, or avoid them altogether. Remember your limits, and take things more slowly now so that you can tune into your intuition. Don't get cocky that you can survive every maze before you. Today will be a labyrinth with no exit whatsoever. You will feel trapped, lost in a game where there is no winner. This is because the mighty sun in your solar 11th house of hope and friendships will clash in a square with a wicked Neptune, who is furious like the greatest typhoon the world has ever seen. All zodiac signs will feel punished today, but for you, your anxiety will be quite pronounced. You may end up having a serious heartbreak around an acquaintance. Don't fall into drama, schemes, or manipulation today. All negative karma that is created now will be like poison in your veins. Take time to unplug from the trauma, rest, and recharge, and soon the light will return once again. Focus on opportunities that will make you feel secure and happy. You might be overthinking an investment or connection when the moon enters Virgo. Since the sun in Sagittarius squares Neptune in Pisces, you may feel unsure of the value of moving forward with the opportunity. Even if you cannot see the future outcome of the opportunity, this should not be a deterrent to pursuing something that feels emotionally and intuitively aligned with your career path. However, if your intuition is clouded by stress, it might be best to gather more information before diving in. When the dwarf planet Ceres leaves your financial sector next week, this will end all planetary activity on this side of the financial fence, but that won't be the case when Jupiter leaves your income sector next week as well. This makes the moon's last visit to your financial sector for the year, and before Ceres leaves a chance to not only ensure you are emotionally and intuitively engaged but get past the money to focus more on your financial needs and priorities. Feelings of discouragement are a possibility with today's celestial energies. What you want may seem to be out of reach, quickly breeding a feeling of sadness. Focus on all that you do to nurture yourself, and the many small accomplishments you've made since reading your wellness horoscope. You can take steps to avoid the pitfalls of depression as soon as you recognize the signs. Definitely ask a friend to cheer you up. That's what real friends love to do. Okay, enough is enough. It's high time you took some time out for nothing but pure fun and enjoyment. It's probably been so long that you can't quite recall how to go about it, but be patient with yourself, it'll come back to you. Seriously, make some plans for a day off, or at least a little recreation this evening. Get together with a friend, if possible, and leave the shop talk where it belongs. Some serious laughter can do so much for your disposition and stress levels, so have at it. Before leaving your relationship sector yesterday, the moon clashed with Saturn in Aquarius, but at the same time formed a friendly aspect to planets in your communication sector. At a time of year when there is often a lot of pressure on even the best of relationships, this leaves you with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you, but also better connected to planets that can keep the communication lines open. At the same time, this has made you more aware of your own needs. With no planetary activity in your relationship sector, having the moon here over the last few days has been a valuable chance to check in and become more emotionally engaged. Even a clash with Saturn in Aquarius before leaving has been an advantage, for as any strong emotional responses dial back, this leaves you with a better sense of what you want from your relationships and what they need from you. Our eyes in the sky. Themes today revolve around passion, activity, optimism, and the way energy moves. Be aware of your personal boundaries, and remove yourself from any situation in which people don't respect your thoughts or voice. Confusion could hang fairly thick in the air, so try not to get immersed in situations that don't make sense to you. Watch out for gaslighting behavior in yourself and others, and don't let anyone invalidate your feelings with conversational gymnastics. Intensify contacts to people, because they find you particularly likable right now. Plan your leisure time with family and good friends, and most importantly, make your plans together. You might feel like ringing up an old friend. The time is perfect to revive and strengthen old ties. This will make it easy for you to make new contacts and maybe even lifelong friendships. You may feel that others are acting unusually. You must quietly accept their conduct and not get upset if things temporarily don't go your way. Maybe you're more irritable and easily upset by things that have not mattered for a long time, or possibly the answer is just a simple case of getting some much-needed rest. The desire to break free from restrictive situations is real today, and you might have trouble focusing on tasks at work or school. Remember to ground yourself and focus on your breath if you feel overwhelmed. Use the energy today to set your intention to pursue your wildest dreams, but don't take any drastic action now. The lunar energy can be unpredictable and unstable, so expect the unexpected today and try not to let people or situations get the better of you. After midnight, the moon enters Virgo, exiting its void of course which began yesterday morning. During this lunar period, we achieve emotional equilibrium via organizational or logistical efforts. We want our lives to run as efficiently as possible, and are attracted to systems that mitigate stressors. Over the next 2 days, we look for ways to be of service to others. This can be a very productive time, ideal for decluttering our surroundings and getting routines in good working order. However, with such high standards, we can also be especially critical of others and ourselves. Whatever you take on seems to work out well, and everyone who you come into contact with admires the enthusiasm and expertise you show, giving a welcome boost to your self-confidence. Make sure you respect those who admire you and don't behave in an egotistical way. You may still need their continuing support if things do not turn out as expected. Go out and enjoy life to the full. You exude an inner calm and spontaneity that others find irresistible, so join in activities with them. Start a new hobby or visit an old friend. Whatever you do, reflect and find out what's been on your mind. Unable to connect with others as easily as normal, you feel misunderstood, deciding those around you are behaving unacceptably. It is important to allow some distance between you, rather than have endless discussions. Incorporate their point of view and feelings, which ultimately enhances your relationship. After sunup, the Sagittarius Sun squares off with Neptune in Pisces, facilitating self-deception. We might feel guilty, ashamed, or paranoid about actions taken, even if they don't warrant such scrutiny. As our self-esteem takes a nosedive, those with malicious intent recognize our vulnerable state and may seek to exploit it. We risk placing our faith in bad actors and becoming gullible to their schemes. If possible, avoid making deals or important decisions today. Steer clear of mind-altering or addictive substances. Expect misunderstandings or misdiagnoses. This is a better transit to use for artistic or creative experimentation than spiritual studies or divinatory practices.